Jeff, I guess as you enter the offseason, are there any sort of specific parts of your game that you're interested in working on or honing in on?
Yeah, I think just staying consistent with my three-point shot. I think that has grown throughout this season. The goal was to, shoot at least 35, 40% from the three. So I think I achieved that this year. So that's one of my major things. And then just take care of my body, try to stay healthy, get in the weight room a lot. It's going to be a physical game. It's always physical. So just honing on my body, take care of that.
With this organization for the full season this time, just what are the biggest things that you learned just throughout the season?
Yeah, throughout the ups and downs, we always stayed together like a big family. Obviously, it wasn't the season that we intended on having, but, we still stayed together. We still had confidence in ourselves. We never got down on one another. We still, communicated as a brotherhood, as a family. So I appreciate that, guys. We're always in the gym, still working out no matter what, trying to, get better at that game, get better at that craft. So that's a culture that, you love to be a part of.
Well, what's your motivation? And the reason why I'm asking you that is because, you've shown that you can play in the league, right? And it just seems like, each year it just seems like there's some obstacles in front of you, but you keep overcoming them. And, some people may say, you know what, I'm tired of this match and I'm going to give it up, whatever. But it just seems like you keep starting over and keep going through the obstacles. And at the end, you keep overcoming them.
Yeah, I think it's just the type of person I am, where I'm from, my family. I'm a hard worker. I'm a go-getter no matter what. It's always going to be obstacles that come in front of you. It's always going to be things that you don't like. Things are never going to always go your way. But, just the type of person I am, how I'm built for, different things, different obstacles. It's always going to be challenges on the court, off the court. I think I handled that to the best of my ability this year and, overcame a lot of things, out of my control. I couldn't really handle that. But, I let my game speak for itself. And, I'm grateful, to play the game of basketball at the highest level possible.
You have a lot of experience on two-way contracts, and I guess the up and down between the G League and here, and then also, not being able to play consistently over the last couple of weeks. What do you make of that contract structure? Do you wish there were ways they could change it or improve it?
Yeah, I wish, you could be on a two-way and play all 82 games, especially if you're healthy, Obviously, that's not how it is. You wish for that. But, at the end of the day, you have to make best of the situation, make best of the contract. Whenever you get the opportunity to play, you got to be ready for that. Sometimes it might not be when you want it to happen, but, like I say, stay ready. That's why I always keep the same routine no matter what, same workout regimen, same meal every game day because you never know. And like I said, whenever your name is called, just be ready to perform.
Just during this period where you had a couple times where you set your career high in scoring, but then had the stretches where you couldn't play because of the weird quirk, just what do you feel like you showed or just proved to, as far as just, what that kind of this period of this season has shown as far as who you are as a player?
Yeah, I think it was definitely a challenge for me, just having a stretch of great basketball, playing at the highest level, playing probably the best stretch that I had, and then knowing that your games are limited, so you don't really have that, that rhythm that you can just stay in throughout the rest of the year. So definitely a challenge for me. I think I handled that, to the best of my abilities. I give credit to the player development staff. They really helped me, staying game ready, game conditioning, no matter what, and just knowing that, some days you might be playing 20, 25 minutes. Some days you're just not going to play at all. You can't suit up just based on how the contract is structured. Definitely a challenge, definitely something that I feel like I overcame definitely towards the end of the year. And, I just tried to make the best of it.
In the time that you've spent under Nick, you've really kind of developed as a cerebral player, really kind of being that extension of the coach on the court. How do you think developing in that way helped you round out the rest of your game?
Yeah, I think it helped with my leadership, communication, being vocal on and off the court. Being a point guard in this league, you have to talk no matter what. You have to know every position on the court. Guys are going to come to you, ask questions. And just being under Nurse for a couple of years now, I just kind of know the system a lot better. I know the plays, the sets, how he wants his team to be, ran or organized. So I definitely have like that little boost, I guess you could say. So it definitely helps me. But I just think, throughout this year and even last year, just my communication, just being vocal, just being that leader on the court, being that point guard, definitely has grown, definitely has helped.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Jared Butler up